the Daily Compliance News for June 14, 2025. In this episode, Gilbert and Andrew are on assignment, so I'm going to take a solo turn. We're going to begin with the story from the Kerrville Daily Times on Dog Adoption Day. Kerrville Pets Alive and the Kerr County Animal Services staff will have dog shelter expert Merlin provide extra TLC. Merlin will be available for adoption between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. at the grand opening of Tail Chasers Patio and Pub. KPA is sponsoring his adoption fee, which includes his neuter surgery, vaccines, microchip. For more information about Merlin or any of the adorable other pups that are available for adoption, you can contact or visit petfinder.com. I would just add that the adoption situation in Kerrville is really grave. There's shelters are literally bursting with dogs that need to be adopted. They're lovable dogs, and there's not much better thing to do than adopt a rescue dog. Next up, a pretty bad accident was had this week on the Medina Highway at West Creek. One of the vehicles was a late model Chevy Corvette, and witnesses said the Corvette hit the guardrail and ended up in West Creek. The Corvette was said to be driven by a recent graduate of Tybee High School who had enlisted in the U.S. Navy. The other vehicle was a Honda Accord. Both drivers were said to have been transported to the hospital, but it is not known if both were life-flighted or just one. There are no information on fatalities at this time, and we certainly hope everything is okay. Before we get to that story, if you are inclined to Shakespeare, I hope you will check out Shakespeare in the Park, which is happening this weekend down at Louise Hayes Park. Nothing better than a nice, pleasant evening of Shakespeare, free, and so check out this year's Shakespeare in the Park. So Louis Amstoy over at the Lead did a pretty deep dive into the City Council's first 6-month assessment. So we're going to kind of look at that because I thought it was very interesting. The first is things that he thought were major achievements. Number one is the K-Pub Power Generation Project, and this is $160 to $165 million investment. Unfortunately, the investment will not be built in Kerrville, but we will reap the benefits, and hopefully we'll drop our electric rate by 15%. So that was a big win. The economic development transformation of the mall and retail capture, the River Hills Mall redevelopment and Academy of Sports, as City Council approved the economic performance-based agreement with River Hills, bringing Academy and to fill the alleged sporting goods gap. The agreement addresses what the City Council believes is a $19 million spending purchase in sporting goods, which is leaving the community. There is private investment monies available for the mall. There's a tax rebate. There's a projected annual city sales tax increase from Academy all around performance-based structures. The Whiskey Springs development, which is coming in at the corner of Sidney Barker and 16 and I-10. It's a $1.13 billion projected value build out. It's been in the offing a long time. Whether it actually completely goes through to fruition, obviously water and water conservation is going to be a huge part of it. So we had environmental stewardship, the tree preservation ordinance. There was planning updates as well. So pretty good review by Lewis, and kudos to the Kerrville City Council for great work. And finally, Sunday is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Nothing better than being a dad.
This is Tom Fox. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. This podcast is a production of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I hope you will subscribe or rate and review this podcast wherever great podcasts are listened to. I hope you'll join Gilbert, Andrew, and myself next week where we take a look at some of the top stories from Kerrville and the surrounding hill country area. Thanks so much for listening.